Welcome to Freestyla. Do you have a set of Wahl clippers at home? You want to be able to do great styles at home. In the past, it's been easy. You've just fitted a number 3 or a 4 and run it over your son's hair. But that's the only style you can do. Now, with your Wahl clippers, you can cut any number of hairstyles at home. You can layer hair properly, you can trim your daughter's fringe, bangs or long hair and give your sons all the different styles they want. Trim your husband's hair, give him a really neat look. You can thin hair, you can cut texture into it. Let's have a look at the tools and why they make hair cutting at home so easy. We have firstly the layer guide. The layer guide is a curved tool ergonomically designed for the head with retractable combs inside these teeth. This allows you to retract the combs, slip the tool through the hair, lift it up, and it holds the hair in place while you use your clippers to layer through the hair. This enables you also to cut the graduation through the side. Called graduation because it gradually goes from short to long. You open the teeth, slip through the hair, then the tool, when the teeth are released, grips the side of the hair. You roll it backwards and this will give you the shape which stays in place while you clipper it. You cut from short to long through the sides. The layer guide, making home styling very, very easy. We then have, for trimming bangs or long hair, we have the fringe guide. This is a tool that splits into 3 fingers. The hair slips between these 2 guides, which enables you to go through without marking the hair at all or messing it up with the teeth. You will then grip, bring down, and use the clippers to trim the bangs off. We'll see demonstrations of that in a moment. The fringe guide, or long hair or bangs, whatever you want to call them. We also have another handy little comb for the hairline guide for shaping around the ears and around the hairline. You'll see a lot of the styles at freestyla.com finished off with this tool. Then, to make home styling more creative, we have the spiker, which fits on the Wahl clipper, which you'll see used especially in a herringbone motion through the hair. On boys' haircuts, this gives a great texture and spikiness to the hair, giving it a really professional look. Also, the thinner that fits on the Wahl clipper, and this is used in a downward motion with the direction the hair goes to cut weight out of longer hair, or on short hair it gives it a really nice fine texture. Let's have a closer look at the tools and let's see them in action. Now for a closer look at the tools. First, the layer guide with its retractable combs, making it easy to use. Here we're cutting a longer layer style. You see we rock back from the head a little bit further. That gives you the longer layers. We'll show the short ones in a moment. And here are the short layers. So we don't roll the layer guide as far back from the scalp. Once you've done one section, you can just take that as a guide and follow all the way through the sides into the back. The overlapping gives you that guide. Now cutting the back, here we're going on the longer layers, so we roll back further from the head, and the short layers we only roll back a little bit. Each layer blends into the next one and you shape through. Once the sides are shaped, you can lift the top up and stop at the desired length and layer off the top. Here we're holding the guide further up the side to give a pointed effect through the top. We'll see the results of this later on in the clip. So more of a pointed effect through the top, a very popular style using the layer guide. Here we are, long hair, and even with the long girl's hair, and you want to layer the hair a bit, you can just go through it, the crown, lift up and layer off the top. You won't get any marks in the hair because of the curved shape. Here we have the fringe guide, which splits into 3, and you use the underneath one to go through the hair, pull down. Here we're pulling down for a blunt bangs. Middle of the nose is a good length. Check that visually that they're straight. Lift away from the nose slightly and then clip her off. Instant heavy bangs. And on the long side swept bangs, pull the hair to the side and then trim off. If you're trimming long thick hair, start at the nape of the neck, pull down and trim off a little bit. This is great for getting rid of split ends, and just trimming off that tiny bit or a lot. Follow the line round and then over the shoulder to finish off the long trim. The fringe guide. Now the hairline guide for shaping around the ears, those little bits that are sometimes hard to get, and just with the corner of the clipper you just shape that off. Useful little tool. And then for the hairline, to get a neat line, comb down and then use that as a guide to get a neat line around the neck. The thinner and the spiker. Here we're using the spiker to cut texture in the shorter thick hair. Notice the herringbone motion, come across one way and then back the other. This gives a really nice texture. Here we're using the same technique again through the pointed style. You see how it instantly gives that really textured professional look. On the thinning, just bring the tool downwards, follow the direction the hair grows, and this thins out. Or on bangs you can lift up and thin the ends. Freestyla.com for easy home styling.